Hello, everybody.
I thought you just like bananas.
Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, as always, is Mr. Marcus.
Oh, hey there.
How are you, buddy?
Good.
Ryan, how are you?
Not so bad. And you?
Oh, living life 0 to 60, 9 to 5, 365 days a year. If I was any better, I'd be in jail.
How would
I
that
think
be
you work
better?
too much.
Yeah. Happy Thursday.
Hello.
Well, as you're listening to this, happy
It's
Monday.
I know, that's the crazy thing. We're in a pre-WandaVision finale world right now.
God. Oh, God. Oh, boy. I really...
We got to be tiptoe. We got to be careful.
So you know what we'll be talking about next week.
Listen, we don't have to tiptoe. This content is out there. We are free to speculate. We're doing this as a courtesy to you, Brian.
If you guys
Oh,
want,
my gosh.
I'll go outside. Then when you're done, just knock on the door twice and I'll come
Yeah?
back in.
So what's
We might have to do that.
so what's the plan?
We might need to have 5 minutes of us to sit and talk about WandaVision while
Do it at
he
the
sits
end,
out there.
and I'll just walk
Do it at
out.
the end. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll do
yeah.
that. We'll save it.
And
We'll
I'll-
save it.
Ryan earmuffs.
Yeah. You know who else has earmuffs? Ford Supply Company. This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Ford Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men with scents like tropical deepwood, citrus IPA, and cypress pine. Visit their website at fordsupply.com to order online and use promo code Alter Ego to get 10% off your order. Ford soap. Real soap.
No bullshit.
No, I wanted people in the car, people listening to it to go, no bullshit.
Oh.
And somebody to look at them like, what the f is wrong with you?
Sounds about right.
No?
And check out that Instagram, too. That's actually how I order mine.
Oh, yeah, through Instagram?
Yep.
They have a beautiful Instagram. It's all soap shots. You like soap erotica. You check
Silky,
that out.
soapy shots.
Yeah, you like them sudsy shots, baby. Check out Ford Supply Instagram. Oh, baby, you'll feel cleaner just looking at it.
You know who else has good shots?
Who?
Tony and Nellos. I think it's
He didn't want to read it. Oh,
It's Ryan's
turn to read
Is it
Tony
my
and
turn to
Nell's
read?
You
out.
got to do the maximum voice.
That's right.
Tony and Nello's Southern Italian Cuisine and Grill is a hidden gem that is family-owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bay Way, South Tier Verde, Florida. This is a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out TonyandNellos.com.
I legit thought you were going to say 867-5309.
I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to
I saw it in your eyes. They twinkled for a moment, and I
I
said,
was like-
uh-oh, he's going rogue.
And that's how we lose ad revenue.
Yeah. That's true. That's how we lose that. Oh, boy.
Misinformation.
So I figured we'd go over a little bit of news today. We're missing Miss Megan, and that's okay, I guess.
We miss her.
We do miss her.
But there are things to be talked about, am I right, boys and girls?
I don't know. I haven't been on Facebook all week. So
You
please
haven't?
read me the news.
Why have you not been on Facebook?
I don't go on Facebook.
Oh, that's right. You don't. You don't like
You
it.
can catch me on the IG.
Yeah, we could do. We could catch you on the IG. I don't know what he means by that.
He's just
The
liking
instant
everything.
grandma.
The Instagram.
I love that.
Ironically enough, owned by Facebook, but whatever.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
I've been fighting it ever since. As soon as I found out they bought it, I'm like, uh-oh. And then they mess up the whole algorithm. Like, you don't see shit in order anymore. Like, everything's all thrown off.
Instagram was my favorite one. It's like what MySpace and Facebook used to try to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they morphed into a completely different monster. And I was like, at least Instagram's cool. And just like Ryan said, I logged in one day as Instagram by Facebook. And I was like, God bless America. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's fun stuff to be talked about and fun stuff to be found on the Instagrams. But speaking of news, the first news I want to talk about here, the first bit of news I want to talk about is a video game trailer that was released.
Ooh, I
Did
like
either
the
one of you
video
see
game.
this?
I don't know.
This one is called Aliens Fireteam.
I saw it. Didn't look at the trailer.
So the tagline is Survive the Hive. So basically you are a group of space marines or whatever it is, and you are going into the alien hive to eradicate it, is my understanding from the trailer.
Didn't you pitch something like this at one point?
I don't know.
In the Predator universe?
In the Predator universe, I pitched something like this. So what this trailer looks like to me, did anybody ever play Left 4 Dead?
Nope.
So that game was extraordinarily fun when it first came out. Setting is zombies. You're in a post-apocalyptic world. You're in a city. You're in 4 different settings. Mm-hmm. Huge maps. You have to go from checkpoint to checkpoint. Yeah, 4, yeah. And you can find med kits, pills like painkillers. You can find shotguns, some handguns. But anyway, a variety of
loot
weapons.
And shoot kind of situation.
Not really loot, because you don't keep anything. Everything starts off with you with just a pistol.
Ah, okay.
And you have to make it through these checkpoints. But the interesting thing about that game is the AI for the zombies was random. There's no way you would ever play that game and have zombies in the same place.
Oh, so there's no patterns, there's nothing to really study up on.
There's nothing to say, okay, we entered this door and something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are some times where there are audio cues. Mm-hmm. Like there were special types of zombies. There was a smoker, which would grab you with its tongue and pull you away. There was a boomer, which was a morbidly obese individual, and if you shot him, the gunk and bile from his stomach would explode all over you. And if that happened, it would attract a horde of zombies, which at higher levels is scary as hell. Because, and let me finish about the special types. There was the tank, which was like a big, huge, as advertised, it was a tank. It would throw cars at you. It could break anything around you. Basically, if it hit you, you were down. And then there was the witch. She was probably the scariest one. She was this younger girl who would always just be sitting around crying. And that's all you would hear is, and if you saw her, she would just look up and scream at you and instantly down you.
Oh.
Yeah. It was kind of not fun looking at. So you would see that, and then she would scream and come after you. But anyway, along your travels, you have to go through office buildings, through streets, everywhere, through sewer tunnels.
That's where I played. The little clip I played was in the sewer tunnel.
Right. But the AI always being different is what I loved.
That's
right?
cool.
So every time you'd walk in, you'd have maybe some normal zombies. You'd, shoot them, and then let's say your team is focused on a horde of zombies that you know is coming at you, and then out of nowhere a smoker grabs one of your teammates. What do? You know what I mean? So that was very exciting, and I think that similar algorithm is what they're going to do for aliens. I could be wrong, but they are showing big numbers of aliens. Like you are taking on 15, 20 of the little regular xenomorphs at a time. I also saw a queen alien in the trailer. Oh, yeah. So who knows what it is that you're doing. But to that effect, yes, part of my Predator video game idea included taking on a hive of aliens.
I knew they listened.
Although, how does that... that game to me almost one level.
No, I think it's like you could do one in a spaceship and one is in a cave. One of them's in another area, but... Similarly, you're fighting aliens.
But that's what I'm saying. How long till that gets bored? You know what I mean? There's not many variations.
Yeah, well, they'd have to have something.
There are, but,
right.
It just all depends on how they lay it out and how...
And that would be interesting, like if you're playing in a certain area and there's certain wildlife there, to know that you're going to be fighting aliens that are akin to whatever that life form is.
Mm-hmm. DLC, they add the Predator alien.
Ooh, the Predalien.
Could happen.
Yeah, that was a good one. But I don't think Predator gets added into that world lightly.
No.
I don't think they're just going to go, here's the Pred alien. You know what I mean? Like the Predator franchise is pretty proud of their intellectual property. They're not going to let that just go. They're probably working hard on developing the game they heard me talk about.
Yeah.
Disney ain't just going to let that go.
You darn right.
Yeah, this is like the first post-Disney, creative venture, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
and it looks like some money's been put into it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how
and it looks like there's different classes. There's people holding machine guns. There's people holding huge flamethrowers. There's people holding grenade launchers. So lots of different ways to kill the aliens. I wonder if they could kill you if you kill them up close. Like if you shoot them and that acid blood falls all over you, do you die?
You should.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
You should die.
Or maybe just lose an arm.
Oh,
or just a leg.
Wow. I would.
There we go.
So in games like that and other games, I typically main a healer. So that would be a lot of fun for somebody to be like, I lost my arm, and me be able to like, all right, I'm going to come put the drama kit on you.
Give him a cyborg arm.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh,
I don't know. Sounds cool.
does sound cool.
I
I'll have
would
to watch
play the free demo and watch YouTube videos of it and make sure there's a lot of people I know playing it, telling me it's awesome before I went out and bought it.
Is it on Switch?
Hopefully it hits Game Pass.
I doubt it.
Well, then I'm out.
Yeah.
I hope it hits Game Pass. It hits Game Pass. I'll try it out.
That is a solid point. If it hits Game Pass, sure, I'll try it. On to the next bit of news. Now, I don't know much about this guy, so maybe you guys can help me out.
Who we got?
There's a documentary coming out, The Complete History of Candyman, the horror icon Candyman. Do you guys know anything about him?
Oh yeah,
I've
know
never
there's
seen
a
it.
remake coming out about him. I don't know if it's a. I don't think it's fair to say it's a remake. I think it's a continuation of the story.
it is kind of a continuation, and apparently the same guy who played him in the originals is also playing him, which is what I was hoping for.
Okay,
That's cool.
cool. I
And
like
then-
that.
But it's going to take place. The
Yeah.
original one actually took place in the Cabrini Green Projects, which was in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
which is now gone.
Mm.
So I guess it has to do with like somewhere around there, still in the same area. But yeah, it was basically, if I'm not mistaken, he was a slave or something.
Candyman.
Yeah, that something happened, or I can't remember exactly what. But yeah, he's one of those, say his name in the mirror 3 times and he pops up. And,
Oh, really? One of those?
Mhm.
Like Bloody Mary?
Yep.
Huh.
And then the thing is like the original movies was had something to do with like people not believing in it, and a woman going to like research it and find out about him.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I'm just gonna
He
read.
fucks shit up, just so you know.
I believe it.
Is it worth
And
a
it's pretty
watch?
creepy.
I mean, if you call him
I
a
honestly
horror
think so.
icon, I certainly hope he.
I honestly, if you think, I think if you like horror and you haven't watched Candyman, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Here we go.
right.
This is from Bloody Disgusting. The press for this documentary came out and said, the complete history of Candyman begins with a modest overview of the heyday of the horror genre and its sharp decline, solely down to the responsibility of the decay of the slasher subgenre. When all Hollywood, from the sleaziest independent backstreet butcher to the highest-paid studio executive, was greenlighting any film that featured a masked psychopath, scores 30-plus something teenagers with a half-decent set of lungs, an ample array of ways to die, and in the best of both worlds, all three. I don't know what they're trying to say here. They're just going over the history of Candyman. So, well, okay. The Complete History of Candyman presents an in-depth investigation into the series, the author, and the upcoming Jordan Peele reboot, from the brand new and archival interviews from scholars and creators, from the voices who survived the genre's past trends to those shaping its future.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Good for
actually a
you.
little excited about it.
That's good. That's it. I mean, if you're a Candyman fan, like if I was a big Jason fan, I'd be excited if they were doing a series on him. Like if they said, we're going to do a Predator series, I'd be like, well, strap in, boys. It's Predator Week.
It's always Predator Week.
It's always Predator Week in my house. So here's the next bit of newsy doozy. Best friends make even better superheroes. Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer star in Thunder Force, premiering April 9th.
The fuck is Thunder Force?
Thunder Force is two. I love Octavia Spencer. I think she's fantastic. And I think Melissa McCarthy is very funny. I don't really like her choices other than like Bridesmaids that she did.
Yeah. You didn't like the Ghostbusters reboot?
I did not. Shall I dive back into that?
No.
No, I didn't like that, even though that was a star-studded cast, and
It wasn't
every
bad.
single one of those women are fantastic. I just, you know.
Yeah.
You know my opinion on that. So anyway, those two play best friends, one of them being ultra rich and the other one being kind of a sleazeball, that one being Melissa McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And they find out that Octavia Spencer's company is creating some serum that allows people to have superpowers, and Melissa McCarthy, walking around the lab, is pressing buttons and happens to sit down, and it initiates a sequence that puts the only serum for superpowers into Melissa McCarthy. And this is not a movie.
It
I
sounds
think
like you're
it's a
making
series.
it up. Series?
Yeah.
I gotta watch 10 hours of this?
Yeah. Yeah, you do. It seems to be funny. Both of those ladies can act for sure. I don't know how it's gonna go.
I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about the other Melissa McCarthy news.
Oh, there's other Melissa McCarthy news?
There is.
Hit me with it.
It's a slight possible spoiler for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, God. Is she playing Frog Thunder?
No.
Or whatever his name is? Frog Thor?
No. I can't. I think it was comicbook.com. Somebody released this information claiming that they have a close source and it's been verified. But you know how in the last Thor movie where oh my goodness, Matt Damon and the other Hemsworth brother were in the play and they played counterparts to Thor and Loki.
Yes.
Apparently there's going to be another play in the next one and Melissa McCarthy is going to be playing Hela. And Matt Damon and the other Hemsworth brothers coming back to reprise their roles. I just want to see her in that black Hela suit.
Taika. Listen, I see that now when I'm watching Ragnarok. I'm like, all right, come on, hurry up, let's go.
You don't like a little Matt Damon cameo? Come on.
I love Matt Damon cameos.
Sure. Yeah, this is great.
Brother.
Best Matt Damon cameo.
I tried. Best Matt Damon cameo? Euro Trip.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, that's up there. Holy
Scotty
crap.
doesn't know, baby. Yeah,
Just
that
do
was
it all the
easily the
time.
best Matt Damon cameo.
So supposedly that happened. There were set photos and it was filmed over the weekend.
I just don't. Okay, all right, whatever. That's what the kids want. Make it happen.
The kids love it.
All right, Taika, make it funny.
I have all the faith in the world in Taika.
I'm glad you do.
I know you don't, but I do.
I love some of the things he's done. I think he personally is hilarious.
Because you like What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, I do.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was good in Mandalorian.
And he directed that one episode that was really good in season 1.
Yeah, he's a good director. But I don't have to like everything he does.
So you're not looking forward to his new Star Wars series he has coming up?
No. No, I'm kidding. I don't care. I didn't like.
Care.
I just
care enough
wasn't
to hate
down
it.
with Ragnarok. Yeah, exactly.
I love Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was okay. I just was like, this is good. Adding humor's great, and it's good to not do the same old. But don't turn the most powerful MCU character into slapstick comedy.
Thor wasn't working though, man.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
For
back
me,
and watch.
It was.
Go back and watch Thor 2.
I love that movie.
I like it too.
It's fine.
That one has some funny moments in it too, but I see what you're saying. So find a happy medium, right? Stop doing drastic changes to these things, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of Thor 1. I liked it, but it wasn't. I was like, okay, all right, I could deal with. I wanted more Thor action in that one.
Yeah.
But I understand the story arc. I know it was important. And then you had Thor 2. I was like, here we go. Thor's getting a chance to let loose. He still has some funny moments. There's some really good, serious moments in that movie as well. And then you get to Ragnarok, and it's a slapstick comedy.
See, I like 1 and 3, and you like 2. So there's.
I like, I like parts of 3. You know what I mean? But it just got too silly for me at
It
times.
was very silly.
I like all three of them.
Yeah.
There you go. And you know what? None of us are wrong.
Nope.
That's the beauty of it.
Especially me.
Oh, give it up for Mark. Give it up for Mark.
I'm the
You
rightest.
earned it. You're the rightest. I didn't know that button made that noise.
Let's learn together.
Yes.
What else you got?
Hugh Grant,
Oh?
Sophia Lillis, who I don't know who that is,
Mm?
have joined the cast for the live-action Dungeons and Dragons movie, baby.
You said Hugh Grant?
Yeah, I was
I'm not
gonna say,
excited.
Is this,
I'm not excited. I'm worried.
That's weird.
I'm very worried.
is this a rom-com?
I don't know, but it also stars a couple of very famous people. Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Justice Smith, who was in the Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh, I liked him.
I liked him too. Regé Jean Page, don't know who she is. Listen, I love me some Dungeons and Dragons. We played some last night for 3.5 hours. It was lots of fun. But I'm worried for this movie.
Ha! Finally, it happens to you.
Did
How does
you?
it feel to have something you love turned into a piece of shit?
It's not. It's got a more star-studded cast than Monster Hunter World did.
Shh, it's Ed Mila Djokovic, bro.
Okay, after that.
T.I., bro.
Oh, wow. Talk about star power.
I know,
Who else
right?
after that?
I don't even know. I ain't seen this shit.
At least I know 3 from this movie: Chris Pine, Hugh Grant, and Michelle Rodriguez. Who I had to look at the pictures
Is it
to
actually going
remember
to
their
be Chris
names.
Pine? or
Because
is
you
it
don't
gonna
know
be
nothing about Fast and Furious.
a dead
right.
person.
I do know about
brought
Fast
back
and Furious.
as Chris Pine. That's not Chris Pine.
Yeah, it's actually a whole other person the whole time.
And then he just used his name.
It's not Chris Pine. It's a player character. It's played by somebody else. But they imagine themselves as Chris Pine. God, Chris, stop getting typecast, buddy.
Oh, what the hell is going on?
You're a big fan of the show, Chris. I love you. I think you have a very iconic voice. You're good at voice acting, too. I really wish you would have played Spider-Man a lot more in Into the Spider-Verse. But anyway, moving on. I'm worried for that movie. I want to see some premise. I want to see what's happening here.
Did you ever watch the first one, the 94, 92 one, whenever that was?
With Jeremy Irons?
I don't know.
I have not seen it.
Mm.
I have not seen it
For
because
good
when that
reason?
movie came out, I was not into Dungeons and Dragons.
And you see that it has like 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, so you don't want to go back.
boy. That actually had the opposite effect. That makes me want to watch it now.
I don't know what it has, but I just imagine
Yeah.
it has that based on conversations I've had about it.
Yeah. You know what movie I tried to get Megan to watch the other night? And she was like, I'm sorry, I don't want to watch your movie. Was They Live. John Carpenter's They Live with Rowdy Piper.
Oh, that movie's great.
It's fantastic. I think it's more real than we think.
I've never seen it. I even heard of it.
Yeah, she'll love
this
it.
movie. Yeah. Without going into anything, she'll love it. So I guess we'll just have to give you the Cliff's Notes version. Rowdy Piper is your protagonist of this movie.
And he loves bubblegum.
He loves bubblegum. That's not true. But
It's all
he
gone.
finds out that there are these sunglasses that if you put them on, you can see aliens that have taken over. Like it takes away, it allows you to see through their disguise. And it shows the way that the aliens are the super elite and they are manipulating people. Like he puts on the glasses looking at this billboard sign for some sort of, prescription drug. He looks at it and it says like obey. And he's like, what the and then he starts looking around and starts seeing that some people are aliens and that they're taking over.
It's like similar to like the Illuminati lizard people kind
I
of
got you.
idea.
It's that iconic line. He walks into this bank with a shotgun, his sunglasses, and like 3 other guns. And he's like, I have come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
And I'm
All out of bubble gum. And then he proceeds to unload on these aliens.
It's so good.
And it's actually pretty awesome.
I've heard that line.
I love Roddy Piper.
So there's a fight scene in that movie as well between Roddy Piper and I can't remember his name, but he's one of my favorites. He does the voice of the Arbiter in Halo. He's got the really iconic voice. You know who I'm talking about?
Jack, is it you?
It's me. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No. Can't say
Anyway,
that I
he's
do
been in
so.
everything. I show you his face, you'd be like, oh, I know that guy. All right, now, golly, you guys, the simplest thing. I just can't.
Too many blank stares?
Can't get through one episode without you guys needing me to Google something. Ah, golly.
Because you brought up Halo. I haven't played Halo since it first came out.
You're unreal. You're unreal right now.
I'm the Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
I know things.
You do. His name is Keith David. I'm about to show you his face.
Sounds fake.
And on 3, you guys are all going to go, oh, that guy. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, you know who he is now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a fight scene
Morpheus.
between him and, oh God, not Morpheus, between him and Roddy Piper. Interesting factoid. Before we started this episode, we were talking about South Park. There's an episode of South Park called Cripple Fight,
Oh, I love that episode.
where Timmy and Jimmy have a fight. It is a shot-for-shot remake of what happens in this movie.
Oh.
There's a scene where Roddy tries to punch him in the balls, and he catches his arm and goes, "You dirty motherfucker!" And that happens in South Park when Timmy tries to hit Jimmy in the balls, And Jimmy in his iconic voice, you dirty motherfucker.
I never noticed that.
So that's from They Live, that whole
nice.
scene.
Holy crap.
Yeah. It's outstanding. So you guys are going to have to go watch that episode
gotta go
again. No, I'm telling you, watch that scene from They Live and then watch the cripple fight between Timmy and Jimmy. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. We're going to move on.
Timmy.
Timmy. It says living a lie, Timmy. That's what he says.
Live a lie.
Live a lie, Timmy. Well, what a great audience. So Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Ah!
I knew this was
All
gonna,
the fun just
gonna
got
garner
sucked
that
out of this
reaction.
room.
I ran out of beer too early.
Yes, your pain adds years to my life. You know what? Colin Robinson from What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
He would do great talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League for an episode.
Which one is Colin
the fact
Robinson?
that Nandor, that Batman belongs in a fraternity of assassins. You know what I mean? Just seeing Nandor like, please shut up, Colin Robinson. Okay. We'll have 6 chapters, and we have the official titles for these chapters. Okay. Part 1.
This isn't as bad as we thought it was 1. This isn't as bad as we thought it was 2.
It is as bad as we thought it was 3.
No. Can I just read the chapters?
Fine.
Go ahead.
Chapter 1. Don't count on it, Batman. It says, don't count on it, Batman.
I got 5 on it.
We're not at 5 yet.
Dun-dun-dun.
Part 2. The Age of Heroes.
Oh, how creative.
Yeah. Part 3. Beloved Mother, Beloved Son.
That could be any one of them.
That is also going to be a weird parody you find on some really questionable sites later on in your life.
Don't click on it.
Part 4, Change Machine. You don't click on that at work.
Don't click on Change Machine.
Part 5, All the King's Horses.
That's definitely Batman on a horse.
In Part 6, Something Darker. None of these get me excited.
Not a single one.
Nope.
I'm sorry, gang. It just doesn't get me excited.
This is being released as one full-length 4-hour movie. Why does it need 6 chapters?
So they can do 30-minute
Hold on,
episodic.
did you just say 4 hours?
It's 4 hours. They changed it. It's being released in one block now because they're releasing it in theaters. So
Oh.
Fuck my
this
life.
movie is so long, it is being released with a 10-minute intermission. That's how fucking long this movie's going to be.
Boys, we've got to do it. You know we've got to do it.
Yeah, I know.
We've got to.
That's why I just said fuck me.
We got to get Ryan in the same room so we can make sure he watches it too.
Yeah, we've got to see it at the theater. I am going to, as soon as we walk out of here, I'm going to call Amber Simpson from Will There Be Cake and tell her, hey, we need to get to this movie. She's got the hookup.
Holla if you hear me.
Yeah, not, anyway.
Wow, that's a
No,
throwback.
Amber, please. This wasn't me. That was all Mark.
Mark just got like 1 million cool points with that one right there.
I know nothing to cheers you with, but
Okay.
bang.
Damn, there
Then I just saw something from Rotten Tomatoes, and I just wanted to focus on it here. Who's been crushing it and everything? It's been Catherine Hahn. Yeah.
Oh, she the best.
I love her.
Listen,
She's so fucking funny.
This
Wait
woman
till you watch. Never mind.
is probably one of the funniest people that I've seen lately.
Oh yeah,
Like when I see her as Jennifer Barker in Parks and Rec,
the best.
dude,
The
she
best.
just kills it. And now, when she's in some of these larger roles that she's been in after that, like Step Brothers, she was one of the funniest parts of Step Brothers.
Oh yeah. So she's slowly creeping up, and she's just gonna blow up. She has to.
Yeah.
She has to get a leading role after this. And
She's
something good.
Yeah, she's got to get her own thing. She really does. There's a trailer that I saw for a Amazon movie coming out. Let me read you the taglines. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
No stopping. No remorse. Check out the official trailer for Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. Only on Amazon Prime Video, April 30th.
This looks real bad.
You guys have
I'm gonna
seen.
watch it.
You guys have seen this movie before, right?
Taken.
Yeah.
1, 2,
let's
3,
see.
7.
What else? Okay, premise. Really, really badass guy.
Mhm.
Somebody mistakenly kills everything this badass person loves. Badass person takes revenge.
John Wick.
John Wick, Man on Fire. You've seen it 100 times.
I don't care about this, but for some reason,
Commando.
yes, but for some reason, I really still want to see the one with Saul Goodman in it.
Me too. Nobody.
What was? Oh, nobody.
Yeah. And so for the same reason you want to watch that one is the same reason I'll watch this one, because the badass that nobody wants to mess with is Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, but you look at him, you go, well, yeah,
I believe that.
he's somebody.
Yeah, he's definitely a tough person. I would not want to mess with Michael B. Jordan.
So, have you heard the Michael B. Jordan casting rumors this week?
No, but I want to finish this.
Okay,
There's one thing
I'll save it.
from the trailer
Okay.
that I saw that I was like, okay, this is stupid.
Are you talking about when the car's on fire and he hops in
And
the
he
car
wants
with
to
him?
get in. It's in the trailer, guys. I'm not spoiling anything.
He gets into a car
There's
on
a guy
fire.
in
Whoa.
a car who he sets the car on fire, and you're like, that's badass. He's setting the car on fire while the guy's inside. Then he pulls out his gun, and I'm like, okay, so he's going to see if this guy tries to escape the car and shoot him. This is going to be some real vendetta stuff. He walks over to the fully inflamed car, opens the door, and sits down next to him and says, give me a name.
I mean, part of me was like, hey, that means that man he's all in. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
Well, okay, so here's me, right? I'm sitting in there with him. I'm like, the car's on fire. We're gonna burn alive. I'm not giving you this name because clearly you're killing me either way. So then what? Oh, well, I really do need a name though. I don't get it. I don't get it. Michael
I'm being
B.
for serious.
Okay, Michael B. Sorry, buddy. I didn't like that direction, but whatever. Okay. Before we get into our WandaVision discussion, there was a big cameo in All Elite Wrestling very recently. Is everybody familiar with this?
Oh, I watched it today. I was
You
so
showed me-
happy.
You sent the clip, but I didn't watch it.
Son of a bitch. It was 10 seconds, Ryan.
It was Shaquille O'Neal showed up
And wrestled.
and wrestled against Cody Rhodes. Who's Cody Rhodes' wife? Is she the one wrestling with him?
No, it was supposed to be her, but she's pregnant. So they had to swap
Congratulations, Cody.
it out. Yeah.
But there was a mixed tag team match. Cody and his partner, and then I don't know who they were wrestling against. I don't know the AEW personalities. Do you?
Yes. So it was Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet, who is the protege of Cody Rhodes' wife, who's
Gotcha.
replacing her,
Okay.
versus Shaquille O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
Red Velvet.
And he was a surprise entrant, right?
No. This was announced about 2 weeks ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal and Jade Cargill, who's like this crazy CrossFit. It was her first match, and she did amazing.
Wow.
So she's like, you look at her, you're like, that's $1 million right there,
Yeah.
just sitting on the table.
Let me go ahead and say this too. AEW, it doesn't have as much exposure to me as WWE does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even need to watch an episode to know that AEW has to be murdering WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Their content looks so much better and so much more appealing. If I was a regular wrestling watcher, which I'm not, it would be AEW. I still watch the iconic pay-per-views,
Mm-hmm.
but
What was the last one I came to your house? What did we watch?
did we watch the Royal Rumble
It
together?
wasn't Royal Rumble. The one
I watched. Me
before
and you
that.
watched Royal Rumble together.
Yeah. What did we watch? Was it SummerSlam?
Survivor Series?
No. Kevin Owens was a big spot in that one, I remember. Was
You
that the one with
watched
Edge? It was WrestleMania. That's
no,
what it was.
later than that because it was just me, you, and Megan. We watched when we played Gears of War after, whenever that was.
Was it?
So
It might have been
that
Backlash.
I think it was Survivor Series. If I remember right, I think it was
I
Survivor
know
Series.
Edge was there.
And it was super flat.
Yeah, it was lame.
I was like, ugh, I was more excited about playing Xbox after.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was really bummed about most of the pay-per-views that have happened lately. Roman Reigns is, buddy, I love you, but I'm not captivated by it.
It's fine.
He's better when he's a wild card and he's running roughshod all over everybody. The bad guy thing, I get it. I think he has the look to be a bad guy. Having Paul Heyman with you is really good to be a bad guy, but when all you're doing is degrading your cousin, I'm just like, okay.
Is he talking shit about The Rock?
No, his younger
Jey
cousin.
Uso.
Wow.
So
Fuck that guy. I don't know.
AEW, like, I love. It's the only thing I watch every week now. Like, not to push it on you guys, because I'm like, you guys should be watching AEW.
Everybody that's a friend of mine that watches wrestling tells me the same thing, so you're not giving me new information.
It's just,
I completely agree.
It's fresh. It's
Yeah,
not.
that's
It doesn't
the
have
same
that same formula that WWE has that you see happen every time. It's like do boom, do. Like they have a formula they've been doing for 30 years, and they refuse to deviate from it.
They refuse, yes. And I think Triple H is sick of stuff like that. I think Triple H is the opposite of that formula, and NXT is not as popular just yet, but apparently AEW allows the wrestlers to run the show.
Yeah.
Guys like
they have creative
Jericho.
freedom. So they're about to announce that NXT is changing nights because they are being slaughtered in the ratings.
I'm sure they
by
are.
AEW.
I'm sure they are.
So they're moving to Tuesday.
They have subpar talent, and that is not a knock on NXT. It's AEW has crazy talent right now.
Yeah. They just stole the Big Show. They signed the Big Show as an announcer.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, him and Jericho have been buds for a long time.
So Big Show is an announcer on their new show. I think it's going to be on HBO Max, but that's a rumor.
I thought he was
going
wrestling
around.
too, though.
He's like, I could always come back. You never know. He's going to come back. Like he's done.
Yeah,
wrestling.
you know he is. Somebody's going to go over there and start giving Big Show lip, which is idiotic.
Exactly.
And he's going to give him the
punched.
knockout punch, and then he's going to jump in and start doing this thing.
Freaking, there's a pay-per-view this Sunday. Sting is returning, and he's wrestling.
He's wrestling?
He's wrestling.
Who's he wrestling against?
It's him and Darby Allin, who's a younger guy that kind of has like a Sting-like look to him. He's kind of taking him as a protege versus Brian Cage, who's a big motherfucker. Like, he's cool as hell. And Ricky Starks, who I think is really talented as well. And they're managed by
I only knew
Taz.
one of those names.
Do you know Taz?
Everybody who watched WWE growing up knows Taz.
So that he has a little Team Taz faction, and they're two members of that.
Taz is another one of those
trash.
brilliant wrestling minds that you want to be in control of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Taz is a really smart guy.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
Did you say you hate
hated him
Taz?
as a wrestler.
Oh, I was
As a
an
wrestler-
ECW guy all
As
the
a
time.
wrestler, I didn't like it either. He's a little short guy.
Were you guys ECW guys, though, or were you when he
I
got
liked,
to WWE?
I liked Sabu and Tommy Dreamer and some of those guys, but I wasn't an avid ECW.
His title run in ECW, we gotta say this for a wrestling episode, but his title run in ECW was really good. Like, he made, even though he was a foot shorter than everybody else, he made it super believable, which I like.
Well, what I didn't like is the way that they brought him up for like months at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It was always that heartbeat monitor. And then he finally came out, and I was like, why did the Mucinex guy come out after all of this? I mean, he was a great wrestler. He's one of the best on the mic ever, but I was just like, what? No, I don't want it.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even think he was that great on the mic either.
Can I talk about the audacity of WWE Network right now?
I wish you would.
I'm really pissed.
I really wish you would, buddy.
So WWE Network announced that they're closing on March 17th. They're being
Network did?
Yes, they're being absorbed into Peacock. These motherfuckers with a capital MF still charged me my $9.95 this month.
Yeah,
for
same.
16 days of service.
Same, and I forgot about that.
And I saw it, and I went, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Thanks a lot, Vince.
So
when
hey,
we move to
Vince.
Peacock, is it
Hey,
gonna be
Vince.
the same
How's
thing
the
where
XFL
pay-per-views-
doing?
yeah, like
The Rock owns the XFL apparently.
Oh, I know. Yeah, The Rock.
He'll do something with it.
The Rock bought him or bailed out his buddy Vince. That's what happened.
He bought it from bankruptcy court, which is even more sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like WrestleMania is going to be on Peacock now, so it'll be live on Peacock.
So you still get the same.
You get
benefits.
everything,
Okay.
all the pay-per-views, all the TV shows. It's just going to be in a wrestling tab. So you just hit the wrestling tab and it has everything in there. So
Sweet.
I already updated to like the ad-free. I went for the whole shebang because I've been
and
watching.
how much is that?
$10.
Oh, so you're already paying that for WWE Network.
Yeah, and I get The Office ad-free. So I'm in.
Okay. Now you say Office ad free, and I can watch pay-per-views for free.
And Parks and Rec and Superstore and all my favorite workplace sitcoms. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. I'll tell Megan. I'm sure she'll set it up as soon as I get home.
Superstore is actually pretty funny.
I love Superstore.
I haven't seen it, but the previews do look very good.
It's very good. It's the
I saw
closest
it
thing
on
to
a
things
cruise
I
ship.
love.
It's closest thing to what?
To like Parks and Rec, and it's very close to Parks and Rec, which I really enjoy.
Okay.
We've had that Parks and Rec argument before, off air.
We have.
Yes.
We don't agree.
But that's okay.
I love Parks and Rec. I just don't think
it lines up.
Yeah, to The Office. But you know what? Neither one of us are wrong, once again.
Except for me.
And that's okay. All right, Ryan. I think we're going to expel you from the studio. Turn in your torch. We're going to talk about WandaVision.
Take your Yingling Golden Pilsner and we'll see you in the lobby.
It's been real, guys. It's been real.
Are we pulling them back in or are we going to end on
we're
this?
pulling them back in for the send-off.
All right. So just earmuffs for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on just a second. Let me find you. 4. There we go. You're off. Perfect. All right. So I can't believe everyone's dead. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about some WandaVision. Hey, guys, if you're not caught up at this point, the first season's over. You got to watch it. You got to check it out. This is your spoiler warning. If you needed to leave with Ryan, great. We'll see you next week.
We love you anyways.
We love you. Thank you. But we have to talk about this shiz.
Please don't keep listening if you haven't caught up all the way up to the series finale.
Well, I mean, we aren't caught up to the season finale at this point either, so we can talk
We're caught
as
up
much as we
to
want.
the season finale, not with the season finale.
Right.
So just,
Yeah. That
save
was your
the surprises.
Warning. Yeah. That was your
Spoilers.
Okay. So they unpacked a lot.
Talk about an exposition episode. Oh, my goodness.
They show the infamous Pietro monologue to Ultron talking about sitting in the room with the bomb with Tony Stark. You see how they get their powers, which is so much more involved than you thought.
I love that they did this. They
too.
took those ideas and just really expanded on it. This episode felt so long. I don't know how long it actually was.
46 minutes.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't know if it was the usual 26, 24 minutes, because it felt like forever.
The longest one after that was like 30, 34 minutes.
Okay.
And I remember looking and going, oh my God, this one's 46 minutes. Let's go.
We're going to hit an hour this week.
Yeah. Easily.
With the finale episode, we're hitting an hour.
Now, I think we also see some very big MCU hitters show up.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end, maybe some after credits. I don't know.
Something's going to happen.
Somebody is showing up.
Yeah. They have to.
Yeah. Who's your bets on who shows up? And we also have to say, there's a lot of people asking, who is fake Pietro? Who is that? So we know this, that Wanda, at the end of that episode, they discover that she can create life.
Yeah.
And she did not create Pietro.
It was Agatha all along.
It was Agatha all along. But who created that?
That song is so good.
It was such a genius way of doing it. I was like, oh my God.
That song was the number one song on iTunes for that.
It's weekend. On iTunes?
Yeah.
I got to download it.
I just, I don't know. I heard a really interesting theory that I can't take credit for, but I really like.
Let's hear it.
Personally, I'm hoping for Mephisto, but I'm thinking it might be too late in the game for Mephisto.
It might be. Yeah, I agree.
But I heard another theory that could be a similar move, but it could be Baron Mordo all along.
Now, that would be interesting as well.
Yeah.
Because we just see a picture in Age of Ultron of him dead with some blood over his head. But they also mentioned Baron Mordo in one of the commercials. Not Baron Mordo. Oh, my God. I'm thinking Baron Strucker. Baron Mordo. Wow.
Yeah.
So we think it's him?
Because the last time we saw him, he stole the shit from the guy who's playing basketball. I can't remember his name.
The guy in the beginning who showed Doctor Strange or kind of told him about it.
Yeah.
What was his name? The actor, I don't know.
I don't remember his name.
Anyway, yeah,
but
go ahead.
You see that after credit scene where he steals it. He's like, what is it?
Too many sorcerers.
Too many sorcerers. What are they doing in this movie? Stealing powers from people. Or at least that's where I think they're going with this, especially with that opening scene for the...
Well, if Baron Mordo is behind any of this and he shows up, then it's a guarantee Stephen Strange is right on his heels.
We get a Baron Mordo, Stephen Strange pop-in.
Here's the thing, too. From Doctor Strange, from that movie, to when we see him in Thor Ragnarok to when we see him in Endgame, his powers seem to quadruple every time.
This guy has been
He
practicing.
gets more and more stuff every time we see him. This next movie is don't do drugs before you go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It is going to mess you up.
I just hope they stick with that Steve Ditko like art style like they did in the last one.
Yeah.
It was so weird and cool. I was very disappointed with Baron Mordo in the last movie.
Me too.
So
I didn't think he did enough.
Well, I believe that the TV shows are giving redemption to all these villains who really didn't get that platform.
Speaking of that and WandaVision, do we see Ultron show back up?
That's another theory I read too.
Do we see fake Vision show up
As
and
Ultron?
Ultron's voice come out?
Oh, we hear Robert California. I would love to hear it. Because because the theories are interesting because it's like, what is Vision if you take out the Mind Stone?
Mm-hmm.
He's like 40% Ultron, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's still Ultron and Jarvis.
Yeah.
That's what he is. No Mind Stone. So there's a lot to unpack. There still could be Mephisto. Could be Blackheart. Could be
Blackheart.
Could be Ultron. You don't know.
Could be Agatha all alone.
Could still be Agatha. I don't think it is. I think Agatha at this point wants answers. She really wants to know how the Scarlet Witch is doing it, which the first time we ever hear her called the Scarlet Witch.
Which is cool.
Oh gosh. Let's hear it. That was amazing. She goes, she says, "You are the Scarlet Witch." I was like,
somebody brought up Dormammu, and I'm like,
no. Dormammu has come to bargain and has already said he's not going to mess with the Earth anymore.
Yeah, he's just a big head in the sky. I have no.
Yeah, I don't really care to see that.
I'm trying to think of who else magical.
Magical.
It's got to be somebody magical. It has to be.
It's got to be somebody with some serious
got some sorcery
abilities,
skills.
whether they be on the hell side of things or they be in the witchcraft or sorcery side of things.
I think it's going to be either Mephisto,
okay,
or it's going to be
now,
Baron Mordo.
Now, at the end of this, is Westview released from her hold?
I think. Personally, I think the hex is going to be broken.
Yeah.
And Vision is going to go bye-bye.
I think you're half right.
I want to see Paul Bettany stay.
I think that version of Vision is gone, but the old Vision comes back in the white one.
Okay. I know there's going to be some sort of sacrifice. Like,
Yeah.
I have a really weird feeling about that.
Yeah.
That Vision is going to sacrifice himself to save everybody somehow, some way.
He's already tried that.
Yeah.
So, and then it comes down to, is that Quicksilver? Even if his mind has been messed with and something is wrong with him, is that Quicksilver?
I don't think it is. I wish it was.
Do we see Fantastic Four or do we see the mutants? What do we see? What do we find?
What do I want to see? All of it. I want to see Fantastic Four. I want to see mutants. I want to see all this stuff. I just don't think they're going to jump in that deep.
I don't think Disney wants to show their whole bag right there.
Yeah, they don't want to reveal all their cards.
Yeah. Do we see Hawkeye? Because Hawkeye has been known to be someone who can influence her.
Yeah.
He doesn't have magic, that's right. But if the hex is broken, do we see him show up? Maybe not.
Because what's going to happen is it's going to be typical Marvel. It's going to be White Vision versus regular Vision shooting each other in the sky.
Yeah.
It's going to be magic versus magic.
Agatha and Scarlet Witch.
Agatha and Scarlet Witch. If a third person shows up,
Yeah.
if a Mordo shows up,
Yeah.
then we got to have somebody to counterbalance that.
Right. And I don't think he would be going after Agatha or Scarlet Witch. I don't think so.
Who?
Because their magic is different. The witch's magic.
But you don't think he is trying to harm... My theory is, if that's true, Mordo is using Agatha to try and steal that power from Scarlet Witch so they can harness it and use it in the way they want.
And what would that motivation be? That's a whole other question.
No more sorcerers.
Right, but creating life, what does that do for you?
I have no idea.
Right. But I think...
What do you think is going to happen?
You know what? I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a knockdown, drag out, and that other Vision is going to turn into Ultron, and they're going to have to do something to deal with it. And Wanda's going to do something drastic that tears the fabric of reality, and then our boy Stephen Strange is going to have to show up with his broom.
He shows up like, whoa, what
Hey,
the hell's going on here?
hey, what you doing? My reality's over here. Whoa, hey, yo.
Because, okay, so Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is still recording at this point.
Yeah,
They are scheduled to still be filming until mid-April.
good.
So,
And then we see a trailer.
and I think it's great because we haven't seen anything. Not one
They've kept it super
sliver
quiet.
of film.
And you know what's good about that is they have to do a lot of that on a green screen.
Yeah.
A lot of that's got to stay quiet.
I hope they're using the Mandalorian rotoscope 3D thing that they used on that. 'Cause that looks really good to me. So that could be cool for some Doctor Strange effects too.
Doctor Strange, he's going to blow us away in the next movie. I already know he is.
I hope so because I felt like that movie.
Please
fell a little
don't
flat.
do the classic trope where Strange loses his powers and has to somehow get him back. Please don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
He's getting stronger.
Yeah.
Let him keep getting stronger.
Let him keep getting stronger. Let him be a top-tier player.
Mm-hmm.
And let him stay there.
He needs to be the new Tony Stark.
No, that's going to be Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, like as in a leader of the Avengers.
Oh,
kind of
for
thing.
sure.
Yeah.
He has to be one of them.
He's the Illuminati,
He's
man.
got to be part of the Illuminati. Yeah. All right, should we get Ryan back in here
I
to say
guess,
goodbye?
but I want to talk about WandaVision more.
We're going to. Well, I'll send you a text.
Okay. And we're back.
Yeah.
Ryan's back with us.
We paused it briefly for Ryan to join us to hear that Scarlet Witch. No, I'm kidding.
Say, don't you ruin it.
We brought you in here to say goodbye to everybody.
So, wait, I got a quick question. So, what's your plan after tomorrow
yeah.
to watch this show? Because you said you're not going to watch it till it's done. Are you going to marathon it? Are you going to take 8 weeks to watch it? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna marathon it probably Sunday or something.
You're going to marathon the entire show on Sunday?
Probably.
That's going to be a lot to take in.
It is. We expect you to express your feelings toward us using only memes and GIFs.
Done. Put it
And
in the
then, put it in the chat.
Put it in the cheddar chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
chat. We need to change the name of it to Chatter Chat. Chatter Chat.
Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here at the Alter Ego Podcast. We love you. We'll see you next week with more excitement and more suspense and more WandaVision because Ryan will have then finally seen the entire series. Hopefully.